teledoc, tick-tock on a whistle dick toupee, y'all. Slow Boom Slang coming at you with another DMZ guide. All right, let's get into it. This is for the Tier 5 Crown Faction Mission Predator. Arguably, probably one of the hardest DMZ missions in the game right now, okay? And this was a fun one. I'm going to show you the last skill I got. There are a few things you do have to do in this, and I'm going to show you how patient I was with it and what you need to do to get this one done. It is very tough, but, you know, there's a few good things that you can do. I have a few recommendations that you can use, and there's a few little workarounds that you can use as well to make this a little bit easier on yourself. The first thing that you do have to do with this mission is you got to infill solo without any weapons. That's what makes this such a bitch, frankly. Right? You got to get into the map, literally no teammates, no weapons, and then you have to kill 3 operators in the same deployment. It's a fucking bitch. No joke. It's rough. That's why it's one of the hardest missions, but if you have a good run, if you prepare right, you can get it done. I did it on Vondel. That's where I recommend doing it. You do have to have a ton of patience for this one. And you see that's what I'm doing right here. I'm waiting it out. I know there's a team inside, right? I had already thrown a cluster mine down, got one, dropped him hard, right? Another one came up into my tower, snuck up on him, boom, murdered him, took his KV broadside I'm using right here for this last kill. And then I'm going to show you how to get out successfully with 100k on you in that same deployment, which is the final objective, which is brutal. A recommendation for that: load in with over $100,000 on you. It's going to be rough because you're going to get hunted, but the bottom line is you will have the money to get out with, right? And if you need to drop some and stash it somewhere, you can do that and then pick it up again. You just have to do it really quickly, which is a little bit of a bear, but you can make it happen, right? The bottom line is find an area where there are high engagements, like at the castle here in Vondel. I use the castle just because you can loot up very quickly, and then I could see what was going on. The one thing that I monitored was they were drilling a safe, so I knew where they were relatively close in the castle. I knew where that safe was, and I knew what I could do to run in and just gat these bitches down, man. I was gonna rip their dicks off and sell them back to them. That's what I was ready to do. So bottom line is just make sure you kind of know where these guys are, and you can map it out in your mind, and then you can drop on them real quickly and take all their loot, right? You're gonna need that to get away, and then either team up with someone, which is my next recommendation, to get out with them, because it doesn't say anything in the mission about teaming up after you get these kills. Now, before you get these kills, I am not sure. I did this solo so that I could get the kills and make sure it counted, because I know how flaky and finicky these missions are, and I wanted to make sure I got these kills solo. So I just dusted an entire team, and then I joined up with another team while I had a ton of money on me and the exfil. I was short a bit of money because I had spent some on plates, so I also recommend bringing in keys to get this done. The other major recommendation that I have is a comms vest. You need a 3-plate comms vest or better for this, because you need to know when there's enemies close to you so that you can wreck them when you have the chance to, right? The safe is usually right around this area. It's usually actually right in that room that I'm looking at, and that's how I knew kind of the general vicinity of where it was. But obviously it was probably lower because I was above it initially while it was being drilled. It was probably in the lower level of the castle, actually, just below where I was at. So I just waited it out in these rooms right here, in these apartments of the castle, and then I heard them come up the ladder, and I just dusted this last dude with his own gun. It was so fun. Oh my god, it was fun. Shit right down his throat. Anyway, make sure you have a ton of ammo on you, probably some munitions boxes as well, since you're loading in with no weapons, right? You're going to want to have a ton of tacticals to get that first kill and get a weapon off a guy so that you can get the rest of those kills. This is a little... There it is right there. He just comes running in and boom, just work him down, right? All right? And so, bottom line, next thing you got to do is join up with a team. That's what I did right here. Joined up with these guys, and I went and looted up to get the right amount of money before I exfilled. Now, there's a few different places you can grab a ton of money in Vondel, so I recommend it going in with like a fire department key or a bike locker key. There's that bike locker area that has like a ton of money, like 50 grand usually to 25 grand. It's got a ton of money in it. So I looted up there, grab that money, and then I exfilled with these dudes, and I'll show you the exfil and the mission complete, because it was a hell of a mission. It was definitely one that I've been working on since like last season. I know they put it in the game last season, and I never got it done. So really fun to get this one done. Definitely a feather in my cap, obviously, and I'm really happy that I got it done. You also get a hell of an FJX out of this for a contraband weapon. Fully kitted, super nice, super clean, so, you know, that's helpful in later missions. But bottom line is, definitely go in with a comms vest, probably a large or medium backpack, so that you can store up a bunch of tacticals when you don't have those weapons, and then you can take out at least one member of a team, so you can jack his gun and then kill the rest of them, right? Here is the bike parking locker that I was talking about. This is where you want to go maybe to grab some money, right? There's a couple chests in here too, some good loot, and you can see just bags and bags of money. Then you just got to get the hell out. The gas was rolling on us. This was actually like cutting it close to the wire here, making it out on this mission. But guys, new season coming up. I am so stoked for this. We're going to get some new skins. Snoop Dogg and Nicki Minaj are going to be up in this bitch. That's hilarious to me. I will probably show you their finishers. Also, I'll have another video coming up where I show you all of the boys' finishers from each of those characters, right? Starlight, Homelander, and, of course, Black Noir, who's also in it. His is pretty brutal, man. I liked his a lot. Really kind of not stoked to see that event end. It's fun to get that temp V and just fuck other teams up with it. That's a blast. I'm having a lot of fun with that. There is a secret blueprint that I'll be doing an entire video on in Vondel that you can get currently. And here you go. This is the exfil with the guys that I joined up with, and that is how I got out with over 100K after getting 3 kills solo. So definitely recommend trying to join up with a team for this one, just because it's so brutal getting out alone, especially after you've dusted a team, because you know if they join up with somebody and they have more than 3 guys, they're going to come after you. So there you go. That's the exfil. That is the mission. Really appreciate it, guys. Please like and subscribe. Slow Boom Slang out.